All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to break down the absolute core of the WebFirm framework for Java. I'm talking about the AbstractHtml class and all the powerful methods that come with it. This is the foundation for everything you'll build.
So, here's the game plan. First, we'll get a solid handle on what AbstractHtml actually is. Then, we're going to jump into the fun stuff, how to add elements, change things up, and even find what you're looking for. We'll even check out some really cool utility methods. And to wrap it all up, we'll look at a real-world code example to see how all these pieces fit together. Sound good? Let's go.
Okay, first things first. We've got to understand our foundation. So what in the world is this AbstractHtml class anyway?
I love this analogy. Think of it as the ultimate Lego brick for your web page. Seriously, every single tag you can think of, a div, a span, a button, you name it, is basically one of these AbstractHtml objects. It is the fundamental piece you'll be snapping together to build your entire UI, all in Java.
Okay, so we've got our Lego bricks. Now what? Well, let's start building something. We're going to kick things off with the most common thing you'll ever do, adding new elements to the page. And for that, your best friend is going to be the append_child method. It does exactly what it sounds like. You take a new element and stick it at the very end of a parent tag. Simple as that.
Now, look at this code. The really cool thing here is that we're not messing around with messy HTML strings. No, we're working with clean Java objects. We make a div object, we make a span object, and then we just tell the div to append the span. That's it. The framework takes care of all the heavy lifting of turning this object structure into perfect HTML.
And there you have it. The result is exactly what you'd expect. The div, which was empty a second ago, now has a span tag right inside it. It's a direct one-to-one result of the Java's code we just wrote. Super predictable, super powerful.
Okay, that's great for one tag, but what if you've got a bunch of them you want to add all at once? Well, you're in luck. For that, you've got append_children.
You see here, we can just pass in the span and the h1 in one single shot. And this isn't just about making the code look tidier. It's actually better for performance. You're doing fewer operations on the document tree, and trust me, when your UI starts getting big and complex, that kind of efficiency is a huge deal.
All right, let's switch gears to add inner HTML. Now, this one's a bit different. I like to think of it as the scorched earth approach. It comes in, completely wipes out everything inside a tag, and then adds whatever new content you give it.
See that? The span we added earlier? Poof, it's gone, replaced entirely by that simple text. And that's the whole point. This method is absolutely perfect for when you need to completely swap out the content of a container. Think about updating a dashboard widget with new data, or clearing old search results to show new ones. It's a total refresh.
Okay, so we're getting pretty good at building things up, but just as important is knowing how to take them apart. So let's dive into modifying and removing elements.
And wow, the framework gives you some serious firepower here. You can be surgical with remove_child to just pluck out one specific tag. Or you can use remove_children to take out a whole group of them at once. Feeling destructive? Remove all children will wipe the slate clean. And then there's replace with. That's the real powerhouse. It lets you swap out an entire element and everything inside it for something brand new. So much control.
So you've built this big, beautiful tree of elements. But now, how do you find anything in it? You need a map, a GPS. And that's where querying comes in.
Think of these methods as your navigation toolkit. Need to see everything that's directly inside a tag? getChildren gives you a list. Need to grab just the first one? Get first_child. The last one? Get last_child. Or maybe you need the third one specifically. getChildAt is your friend. And it works the other way too. If you have an element, you can ask, hey, where are you in the list with getIndexedByChild? This stuff is absolutely crucial for making interactive UIs where you have to know what's what and what's where at all times.
Okay, we've covered the basics of adding, removing, and finding things, but AbstractHtml has a few more tricks up its sleeve. Let's look at some special utility methods that can really level up your code.
Okay, you're gonna love this one. The give method is, and I'm not exaggerating, a total game changer for how you write your code. It lets you build these complex, nested structures in a way that's super clean and easy to read.
Just look at this code. The old way would be create a body variable, then create a no-tag variable, then call body.append_child no-tag. It's fine, but it's a few steps. With give, you just do it. You create the body, then give it a lambda, and inside that lambda, you create the child.
The code's own indentation mirrors the HTML structure. It's brilliant. Your UI code becomes so much more readable, especially when you start building really complex pages.
So when you're all done and it's time to actually generate the HTML, you get a choice. I like to think of it like picking a car for a trip. For your everyday stuff, you take the sports car, 2 HTML string. It's super fast and gets the job done for most UI components. But what if you're hauling something massive, like generating a gigantic report with thousands of rows? Well, then you bring out the heavy-duty truck, 2 big HTML string. It's a bit slower, but it's incredibly memory efficient, so you won't crash and burn on those huge jobs.
All right, enough theory. Let's see this stuff in action. We're going to look at a real-world code snippet and see how these methods come together to make something happen.
So here we've got the code for a simple delete button. You can see it's got an on-click event listener. Now, zoom in on that one line inside the Lambda. tbody.removeChildTR. Right there. That's where all the magic is.
And this is the payoff for everything we've learned. A user clicks that button and what happens? It immediately calls remove child on the table's body. And which child does it remove? The exact table row that this button is inside of. And just like that, boom, the row vanishes from the UI, instantly and dynamically. So cool.
So let's just quickly recap what we've seen. The big takeaway is that AbstractHtml gives you total control over the DOM, right from your Java code. You've got a specific tool for every job, whether you're adding, removing, or replacing. You can write much cleaner, more intuitive code using that awesome give method. And you even have options to manage performance when it's time to generate the final HTML. It's really a complete, powerful toolkit for building modern web applications.
Look, this class is the ground floor for everything visual in the framework. You've now seen the tools, you understand the control you have, so the only question left is, what are you going to build first? Thanks for tuning in.